and it is my sincere pleasure to present Meda Chesney-Lind with the inaugural award for significant contributions to scholarship and activism regarding the intersection of women in crime. Many have called her the mother of feminist criminology, and the naming of this award recognizes Professor Chesney-Lind's long-standing impact on the field of criminology and criminal justice in the area of gender, crime, and justice. So thank you, Meda, for allowing WSC to attach your name to this award. As you know, Professor Chesney-Lind is an outspoken advocate for girls and women, particularly for those who find their way into the criminal justice system. Clearly, one cannot overstate the importance of her pioneering work in the areas of women in crime, victimization, and girls in delinquency. I could spend a very long time reciting to you a list of multiple books, articles, monographs, and awards. Yes, these are clear indications of her impact on this discipline. Yet it is critical to also acknowledge her activism, her involvement in highlighting the needs of criminally involved women and girls, and her work within our professional associations to recognize the importance of including gender in the study of crime and justice. You made it possible for so many of us who are interested in gender and crime to say, yes, it is important to document and understand the life histories and experiences of women. Your research was and continues to be groundbreaking. Professor Chesney-Lind serves as a wonderful example of what it means to be an excellent scholar, to ask the difficult questions, to challenge crime myths, and to actively engage in the research process. It is for this reason that her work continues to shape our understanding of the influence of sex and gender on both criminological theory and criminal justice system. So please join me in thanking her for all of her work.
Give Meda the mic. Well, first, I didn't have to die to get this, so that's a pleasure. I'm trying not to get too maudlin because I know many of you in the room and I know the work of almost all of you. And that's the first piece of this honor, which is it comes from an organization so near and dear to my own heart. I think you do, as the previous honorees have noted, really resemble the best in our profession. It's a small meeting, it's nurturing of students, it's welcoming to people of color. I've got a whole passel of students here today that I'm so proud of. So I think the nice thing is that I can see the, well, of course you can see the past when you get to my age, but you can also see the future in this room, and that's a wonderful and lovely gift. And of course, we wouldn't be here without our family, so thank you for doing this in a place where my family lives, so they can all take lots of video like Ian's doing. And I'll try not to look at it too much because it's not nearly as cute as those dogs and cats. I'm especially honored to be included on this list of honorees. Paul Tappan's early work on girls and delinquency was a remarkable read for me as a student. And of course, Tom Gipchoff was the one that brought us back year after year after year to WSC because it was such a great experience to come to the meetings and it was so nurturing. And this is really where the action is. There was an earlier story about something happened in the hallway. That's how I met Randy Sheldon. So it is important. I mean, being there, you know, in that Jerzy Kosinski sense is really important. And so you're here, you all showed up, good for you. Last and most importantly, there were two things about this award that really warmed my heart. Because when I was in graduate school, like so many of you are, I remember looking at the future and realizing if I kept on with feminist work, if I kept on with the advocacy that I wanted to do in my life, I couldn't get a real job. So I started in the community colleges, and I just said, I'll do this. I mean, if people can be timekeepers and write great existential novelists, I could teach 5 classes. Hell, I got a lot of energy. And I am just, I can't tell you, fast forward a couple of decades, and people talk now about gender matters, but more importantly, feminism matters. And that struggle for social justice. And and feminism means no more than we want equality. It's a very modest request. But it meant for me having to really shape my career, and again, I was so fortunate in the institution where I ended up because and in the place that I ended up in women's studies. So I'm so grateful too to have colleagues in fields like criminology and criminal justice that have made me feel so comfortable here. But I also have to shout out to my field because they have also nourished me, and it's expected of women scholars, especially feminist scholars, that we care about social justice. And so what a remarkable gift you've given me. I can't thank you enough. Mahalo.